Myanmar's former leader Aung San Suu Kyi has been moved to house arrest, state media report, more than 5 years after the military toppled the civilian government that the Nobel laureate had led and jailed her. President Min Aung Hlaing, who ordered the coup in 2021, said in a statement on Thursday that he commuted the remaining sentence to be served at the designated residence. OpenAI is getting serious about account security. The company on Thursday launched Advanced Account Security, a set of opt-in protections for ChatGPT users designed for high-value individuals, but available to anyone who wants them. Faraday Future paid around $7.5 million to a company controlled by its founder Jia Yuting in 2025, according to a new regulatory filing. The long-struggling electric vehicle startup made the payments in a year when it delivered only 4 vehicles and lost nearly $400 million. The company has pivoted to selling cheaper vans and robots imported from China. The federal government on Thursday approved another big increase in diesel and petrol prices for the next 8 days. The Prime Minister has sanctioned an increase of Rs. 19.39 per litre in the price of diesel and 6.51 per litre for petrol. Following the approval, the price of diesel will now be Rs. 399.58 per litre and petrol 399.86 per litre.
And the government raised on Thursday the price of petrol by Rs 6.51 per litre and that of Hytene 0.39. Following the increase, the price of petrol stands at 399.86 per litre and HSDs at 399.58.
A bomb that killed a soldier in a remote Russian town was likely targeting a notorious Russian commander known as the Butcher of Bucha. Russian and Ukrainian media and military bloggers said. Russian authorities said the bomb attack on Tuesday in the Far East Khabarovsk region killed 1 person and injured several others.
And explosions rocked Mali's capital on April 25 as rebels carried out coordinated attacks across the country. Mali's defense minister was killed along with his wife and children when an attacker struck their home. With Bamako under siege and the military leadership briefly disappearing from view, who is really behind the violence in Mali? In this episode,
President Donald Trump has renewed his attacks on German Chancellor Friedrich Merz as the rift between the United States and one of its closest European allies widens over Berlin's criticism of the war on Iran. The US president suggested on Thursday that Merz should focus on German and European affairs rather than comment on the conflict in the Middle East.
And an Israeli human rights organization has petitioned the Supreme Court to demand the immediate release of 14 doctors from Gaza held without charge for more than a year. Physicians for Human Rights Israel, PHRI, said on Thursday that it filed the petition after the Israeli military's chief of staff, Eyal Zamir, failed to respond to its request to release the group, which includes pediatricians, orthopedic specialists and surgeons.
The United States has fallen to a historic low in the Reporters Sans Frontières, RSF, or Reporters Without Borders, annual press freedom tracker, continuing a decade-long decline, the organization has said. The report on Thursday recorded a global drop in press freedom indicators in 2025, with for the first time more than half of the world's countries labeled as difficult or very serious. Financial services platform Stripe is introducing a digital wallet specifically built for the AI era, where autonomous agents can perform tasks that include shopping, paying for reservations, buying tickets, and more. At its annual conference this week, the company introduced Link, a wallet that allows you to connect various payment methods, track your spending, and view your recurring subscriptions. It also lets you integrate your AI agents so they can spend on your behalf, secure.
TikTok is launching a new campus hub. The company told TechCrunch in an email on Thursday. The new hub features dedicated college group chats and personalized feeds designed to help students stay connected with their campus communities even while they're away for the summer. The new hub builds on the app's campus verification feature, which launched last August, and lets users add their college campus to their TikTok profile and browse a list of students at their school in order to find and connect with others on their campus. The feature is available across more than 6 seasoned universities through TikTok's partnership with Unidas, a student verification platform that confirms student status.
And Google announced on Thursday that it will begin rolling out Gemini to cars with Google built in, marking a significant upgrade from the current Google Assistant. The move signals Google's push to bring more advanced and conversational AI into the driving experience. The announcement follows closely behind news from General Motors, which revealed yesterday that Gemini is coming to approximately 4 million vehicles from model year 2022 and newer, and spanning brands like Cadillac, Chevrolet, Buick and GMC. However, today's announcement didn't name specific automakers, suggesting that Gemini won't be limited to GM vehicles.
Founders building in the healthcare space can't just build fast and break things. Timelines stretch longer, stakes are higher, and success depends on navigating systems that reward rigor over speed. That's exactly the reality Robi Bustami, co-founder and CEO of Biotics AI, has been building in. His company is developing an AI co-pilot for ultrasound that helps detect fetal abnormalities, an area where misdiagnosis rates remain surprisingly high. Bustami joined Isabel Johannessen on Build Mode to discuss how the company has navigated a highly regulated space and kept the team motivated while cutting through all the red tape. OpenAI and Anthropic have been on the warpath lately against third-party efforts to train new AI models by prompting their publicly accessible chatbots and APIs, a process known as distillation. That conversation has focused on Chinese firms using distillation to create open-weight models that are nearly as capable as US offerings, but available at a much lower cost. However, tech workers have widely assumed that American labs use these techniques on each other to avoid falling behind competitors. The petroleum division refuted on Thursday reports claiming that petrol stations were to shut down in the country owing to a fuel shortage. There is no truth to reports of the closure of petrol pumps from May 1. The supply of petroleum products will continue uninterrupted, the petroleum division posted on X. Peshawar, following public outcry from his own constituency over drone attacks, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Sohail Afridi on Thursday hinted at introducing legislation to criminalize collateral damage in such incidents. The development comes after a meeting of lawmakers from the respective districts decided that the issue would be taken up in the provincial assembly, while vowing to put up a joint front to protect civilians. The military's media affairs wing said on Thursday that 13 Indian-sponsored terrorists were killed in 2 foiled infiltration attempts along the Pak-Afghan border in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. In a statement, Inter-Services Public Relations said that the 13 Fitna al-Khawarij terrorists were killed last night.
And a man has been sentenced to death by hanging for the murder of 4 toddlers at a nursery school in Uganda's capital, Kampala, earlier this month. On the 2nd of April, Christopher Okello Onyem, 38, entered the Gaba Early Childhood Development Programme and fatally stabbed the infants Eteku Gideon, Keisha Agenawoth, Seruyangi Ignatius and Odeke Ryan, all aged between 1 and 2 years old. And US prosecutors have accused the sitting governor of Mexico's Sinaloa state, Ruben Rocha Moya, of conspiring with cartel drug traffickers. Rocha Moya, who hails from the party of Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, is charged alongside 9 other current and former Mexican government officials.
The detained former Myanmar leader Aung San Suu Kyi has been moved to house arrest, the country's state media has reported. The 80-year-old Nobel laureate has been held in detention, probably in a military prison in the capital Nay Pyi Taw, since she was removed from office in a military coup in 2021. The National Highways and Motorway Police, NHNP, has launched a cashless payment system for driving license fees, allowing citizens to pay digitally without visiting banks. The system was inaugurated by Deputy Inspector General Operations Asghar Ali as part of efforts to simplify public service delivery and improve convenience for applicants. An Israeli grain importer has said it will not receive the cargo of a ship allegedly carrying stolen Ukraine grain after the vessel became the focus of a major diplomatic spat between the two countries. The Israel Grain Importers Association said that the cargo, which Kyiv says was stolen by Russia from occupied Ukrainian territories and had been scheduled to be unloaded at the port of Haifa, would need to go elsewhere.
A spat between the US and Germany has reached new heights, with US President Donald Trump threatening to pull some American troops from the country amid disagreements about the US-led campaign in Iran. The United States is studying and reviewing the possible reduction of troops in Germany, with a determination to be made over the next short period of time. Trump wrote on his Truth Social platform Wednesday night.
The Confederation of African Football, CAF, says it is backing FIFA President Gianni Infantino's bid for a fourth term as head of football's global governing body. In a statement after a meeting before the FIFA Congress in Vancouver, CAF said it had unanimously agreed to support Infantino when the FIFA chief stands for re-election in 2026.
Explosions rocked Mali's capital on April 25 as rebels carried out coordinated attacks across the country. Mali's defence minister was killed along with his wife and children when an attacker struck their home, with Bamako under siege and the military leadership briefly disappearing from view. Who is really behind the violence in Mali? In this episode,
Elon Musk's X is still trying to woo back advertisers, this time with a rebuilt AI-powered ads platform that started to roll out on Thursday. The tech company initially struggled to grow ad revenue in the first few years of Musk's reign, leading it to shift its focus to other monetization channels, including AI and subscriptions. However, forecasts from eMarketer indicate that X's ad business has been turning around as of late, with estimated ad revenue of $2.26 billion in 2025, rising to $2.46 billion in 2026. While that's still half the size of Twitter's 2021 ad business, it's headed in the right direction again. Practice by Numbers, the developer of a patient management software used in thousands of dentist offices, has fixed a security flaw that exposed the private health records of patients on a portal that comes bundled with the software. TechCrunch has learned one patient, Joseph R. Cox, reported the bug to TechCrunch after he encountered on the portal while looking at his own dental records on the portal, which was offered by his dentist's office.
VC firm 137 Ventures announced Thursday that it has raised more than $700 million across two new growth stage funds to back startups with the potential for significant market impact. In the past year, the firm, founded by former Founders Fund investor Justin Fishner-Wolfson, said it has deployed more than $1 billion into companies building in defence, AI and industrial systems. Its portfolio includes AI agent company Cognition, AI-powered manufacturing company Hadrian Automation and defence company Anduril. Uber's forthcoming luxury robotaxi service with Lucid Motors and Nuro is getting a fourth partner, Hertz. The companies announced Thursday that Hertz will provide day-to-day vehicle asset management, including charging, maintenance, repairs, cleaning and depot staffing. The service, announced last year, is supposed to launch by the end of 2026 in the San Francisco Bay Area, using Lucid's Gravity SUVs and Neuro's self-driving tech.